In this episode, we talk about chiropractors being fifth-class citizens. However, I give you my 3 top tips to make sure that you can become a first-class citizen in healthcare and live the life that you want. Enjoy. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Business School for the Rehab Chiropractor. Class is officially in session. My name is Justin Rabinowitz, and I am a rehab chiropractor on a mission to teach you, a fellow rehab chiropractor, the exact tools and systems I've used to build my own successful rehab chiropractic practice so you can do the same. I hope you enjoy, and please subscribe. So I want to read you some statistics about chiropractors. There's a lot of debate going around on the profession and what it is and what it isn't, but here are the facts. If you're going to do coverage work as a chiropractor, coverage for another chiropractor out sick or on maternity, you can make about $300 to $600 per day. In comparison, an orthodontist can make about $1,000 per day. Medicare pays a physical therapist between $75 and $100 per visit. They pay a chiropractor generally about $28 per session. In New Jersey, the average teacher salary, public school teaching salary, is $76,000. The average chiro salary is $70,000. If you want to qualify for student loan forgiveness for public workers, basically doesn't exist for chiropractors, I think, unless you're in a VA, but that might even not be true. Lawyers can get it, PTs can get it, dentists can get it, doctors can get it. Chiropractors, it doesn't exist. More than that, we don't have the options of some of our other medical professionals. If you want to go be a general practitioner, there are thousands of jobs in hospitals, in urgent care centers, all over the place. If you're a surgeon, you work for a hospital. If you're a physical therapist and you want a stable job, you can work for a big corporation, you can work for a big hospital. That doesn't exist in chiropractic. It doesn't exist. And because it doesn't exist, we have a hard path ahead of us. Now, if you're an athlete like me, when you hear there's a challenge or a hard path ahead of you, you like it. You feel inspired by it. You don't wilt from it. But if for any second you think that you've taken the path or chosen a profession that is easy, you're mistaken. And if I need to be the blunt truth teller to tell you that, no problem. Because unfortunately, nobody else will. Nobody else will. And so if that's the stark reality of being a chiropractor, what I want to give you today is 3 major tips of things that I would do, that I would focus on, that are going to get you the life you want, the business you want, and the career that you dreamed of. So, the first thing that you have to do, is you have to break through your money issues. You have to break through your money issues. I'm sitting in my office in the basement right now, and I am staring at a section of my library that is literally just books on finance. The psychology of money, I will teach you to be rich, financial intelligence, The Wealthy Gardener, debt. All of these books are just my way to help myself understand money and finances better. If you are someone who grew up in a house that either didn't talk about money, didn't have any money, had a poor relationship with money, listen, I respect it and I understand it. And I'll be completely honest with you and vulnerable. Listen, I grew up in a house. I was very fortunate. Both my parents had jobs. My dad owned a small business. My mom was a teacher. And we did fine. Now, we didn't speak about money very much, but quite frankly, I was the type of kid, and still the person today, I don't ask for much, but I didn't need much, but I got everything that I wanted and needed. And I understand that maybe you listening to this, that didn't happen to you. I spoke to someone the other day and they were 1 year out of chiro school and had a job, and, it's amazing perspective. They said to me, I feel so thankful. I'm already in a better financial position than my parents ever were. And that's real. And so I get and understand that not everyone grew up in a world where that's the truth. But I have news for you. At this point, it doesn't fucking matter. You cannot go the rest of your career, the rest of your life with inherent money issues. You cannot bring your money issues to your clients. You cannot just say because you can't afford it, wouldn't buy it, that your patients or clients wouldn't either. Especially you listening to this podcast, you are a rehab chiropractor. Under no circumstance ever can you charge what the chiro down the street charges. Under no circumstance ever can you get away with taking every single insurance carrier. And most, by the way, you're going to have to drop almost all of them, which means you're going to have to charge cash money for your services. You're going to have to charge more than the person next to you. You're going to have to ask people for thousands of dollars. That is the only way forward. That is the only way forward. And it is painful for me to watch so many, what I truly believe, high-level clinicians not be able to make it because they can never overcome their money issues. So many of you have a gift that you want to give to the world, and I mean that as sincerely as I can. You have a true gift. And you have a plan in place to get a patient from being in pain all the way through getting back to deadlifting or competing or picking up their grandchild or playing golf or enjoying their life. But because of your deep inherent money issues, you could not utter the words to ask your client to pay you for your services. And they either left after 3 sessions or never started with you, or you got paid for it and then you got pissed off because you weren't making the money to even survive. I mean, at the most basic level, guys, we need to get you to a point as a rehab chiropractor generating $250 to $400 an hour and to fill a schedule. I mean, that's it. If we can do that, we're going to do really good. But if you're not generating that much money, we're not going to have the business or the life that we want. Now, I know I have listeners from all over the US, Canada, and Australia. And I know some of you are thinking, yeah, but Justin, you're in the Northeast, you're in New Jersey. If you didn't know, I'm in Jersey. And everyone in New Jersey's rich, but you don't understand. Well, no, I do understand, bozo. Because I have clients, I have members all over this country. And we actually had a 4-minute clip in a mastermind from one of our members, Kian, that we actually pulled the clip from. New graduate, never was in practice before, moved back home to Wisconsin in what I describe, but he sort of says is the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. And in the first year, he has absolutely crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. And so now, forever and always, I will know that it is possible. And if you're out there thinking that your town or your city or your place somewhere in Podunk, people won't pay, that is simply because you either don't know how to sell, you either have money issues, or there's another inherent problem that we have not addressed. But I refuse to accept that is a fact. And so number one, we need to break through all of our money issues. We need to at least give ourselves a chance to be successful. The second thing that we need to do to have success in this profession is we need to focus on finding our perfect patient. We need to focus on finding our perfect patient. If you are a rehab chiropractor, we need to stop with the I will treat anyone. I mean, nothing makes me more insane than when people, especially new grads or 10 years out, all of a sudden think that they are smarter than the best marketers in the world. Again, I'm looking to my bookshelf. We have Dan Kennedy. We have Seth Godin. We have Donald Miller. We have all of these. We have Alex Hormozy, Gary Vaynerchuk. Literally every single one of them talks about figuring out a niche. Who is your perfect client? And speak to that and go deep into them and be the perfect solution for their problem. Yet I have people coming out saying, oh, I'm just going to try to treat everyone. You guys are not that good. I'm not that good. Nobody's that good. The thing that you don't recognize is generalists charge generalist prices. Going back to number one, specialists can charge specialist prices. More than that, you will now know where and how and who to market to. Because if we drop you in a new city to go market your business, the first question I'm going to ask you is, where are you going to go to find your patient? And that answer will depend on who the perfect patient is. And so if we can get clear on who that perfect patient is, now again, my friends, we've got a chance and we've got a shot to get this business rolling. And number three, here's the third thing that you must do to get your practice to be successful in your career. You must understand that you are not in the business of delivering sessions. You are not in the business of delivering instrument assisted or adjustments or shockwave or anything like that. You are in the business of delivering outcomes. Let me say that again. You are not in the business of delivering sessions. You are in the business of delivering outcomes. My friends, we are in the business of outcomes. Let me say it again. We are in the business of outcomes. We are in the business of outcomes. We are in the business of outcomes. And so many of you guys get hung up on the treatments that you do, on the people that you follow, on what they pay per session. It's all irrelevant, guys. It's all completely irrelevant. Nothing matters other than getting your patient the outcome that they desire. Whatever it takes, however it looks, within your scope of practice, you are in the business of getting outcomes. I'm recording this on a Thursday, and this past week we kicked off our EYSL clinical portion. And one of the quotes that I made, one of the points that I made, was based on a story with my co-creator in the course, Dr. Jeremy Dinkin. And so the story goes like this. So last week, he and I spent the entire day sitting there and planning this course. And Jeremy's a world-class clinician. He's built an unbelievable business. And you don't build a great business, you can't charge the prices he charges unless you actually get outcomes with patients. And so we're working on this blueprint. We're working on how to, teach what he wants to teach. And at one point he said to me, one of the things that makes me nervous is I look at some of the stuff that I'm doing and it's like not that exciting and it's, pretty basic. And the next thing I said to him, I said, well, is that how you treat patients? And he says, yes. I said, do they get results and outcomes? He said, yeah. I said, okay, so that's what we teach. And so the quote is this. If you're listening to this and you have a pen, write this down. The goal of treatment is to get an outcome, not to be creative or clever. We are not in the business of being creative or clever. I see many clinicians that think of themselves as artists. That's cool. But I need an outcome, guys. You can do every exercise. You can put someone on their side. You can give them a birthday balloon to blow up. You can make their left leg AIC go up their butt. Like, I don't care. If you don't get the patient an outcome, it's fucking irrelevant. Let's not forget what we're doing here. We are here to get outcomes. We are not here to entertain people. This is not the circus. If you want to be an artist, that's cool. If you want to be on TV, that's fine. You are in the business of getting a patient an outcome. And don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. This is an outcomes-driven business. So to review, here's how you need to be successful. Here's how you need to break through being that second, third, fifth, 10th class citizen in healthcare. Number one, you need to get over your money issues. Number two, you need to find your perfect patient. And number three, you are in the business of delivering outcomes, not sessions. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. And if you found this content valuable, here are 4 ways I can help you for free. 1, grab a copy of my free guide, the Rehab Chiropractors Checklist. You can get that at go.drjustinrabinowitz.com/guide. That's go.drjustinrabinowitz.com/guide. 2, go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram at Justin Rabinowitz, where I post business content. 3, subscribe to my weekly newsletter by sending me an email at coaching@strivetomove.com. And 4, leave us a 5-star review so we can gain access to more influential people and bring those lessons back to you.